wanna see what's going on. Ride my vibe, baby.
Let me ride the vibe. Listen, ride the vibe. Listen, ride the vibe. Listen.
I wanna see what you've been on.
What's up, Game Changers, and welcome to the Game Changers Podcast. I'm your host, TJ, aka Mr. Game Changer, and we're back here with another episode of the Game Changers Podcast. This is episode 113. Welcome to all my new listeners, my old listeners, man. Everybody new to the channel. This is a sports and entertainment podcast, and we talk about everything under the sun, from sports, music, movies, anything that you can think of under that umbrella. I am here, and I am here to discuss it, man. Like I said, I'm your host, TJ. I'm in a new environment right now, but that's because my old spot is under some reconstruction right now. I'm doing some new things. So from now, you will see me in this place setting. But, I'm looking forward to, getting into a space that I'm comfortable in, that I can rely on. So, just keep me in y'all prayers, man. I'm a spiritual young man, and I keep the Lord close to my heart. So please just keep me in your prayers, man. But how y'all doing, man? I've been doing okay, going through some things, but life, that phrase, life be lifing, that's real, yo. It is really real. But you gotta push through it sometimes, bro. That is what makes me a game changer. No matter what I'm going through, I try my best to produce this content, but at the same time, still be myself. Still, remember who I am. No matter what bad things happen, negative things happen. Like, I'm a game changer because I always remember who I am and where I came from. Like, that's a part of being a game changer. Like, it's a long list of being a game changer. And for those of you who are watching my platform, you are a game changer too, bro. Now, I'm not just giving that out willy-nilly. Let me take that back for a second. Let me take that. I'm not giving the title of game changer out just willy-nilly, because I do take it serious. But I assume that the people watching my show want to progress in life, want to continue to grow in life. So that's a part of being a game changer. So if you are actively trying to do that, you are either a game changer or you're taking steps to be a game changer. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to every listener that's watching right now. I'm going to keep doing this probably for the rest of my life because I love doing this. So we going to get straight into it. It was college football happening. College football, NFL football in general is back. It's back, baby. And I love it, bro. Like, it was, I think it was like 3 years ago where I was like, okay, I'm really getting into football more than I was the past 10 years I was watching it. Like, I've always watched football because I'm a Bears fan, but like, it just has gotten more competitive. It's gotten more fun to watch. Like, the NFL, mainly because I just got into college football for real only because of Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders and that story. Like, I never really watched college football like that, but when he became the coach of Jackson State and then Colorado, I'm like, oh, I could definitely watch this. But the NFL, man, the NFL has progressed and it has continued to progress. But we're going to start off with college football today. It's a few. I'm not going to talk about every game because it was a plethora of games that came on this weekend. But it's just a few games that I want to touch on. So let's start with Alabama versus Florida State. And there's this notion in the football world that Alabama is not feared anymore. And it was really shown in this game against Florida State, because I believe last year Florida State was 13-0. But they didn't, I don't think they made the college football playoffs. I don't think they did. Alabama got a spot ahead of them, whether they made it or not. Alabama got a spot ahead of them, which a lot of people didn't feel like they should have gotten. But I think I'm remembering it now. Florida State, their quarterback got hurt. And I think also their second string quarterback got hurt also. So I think they was on like a third string quarterback going into the playoffs, and nobody really wanted to see that. So, but they were still 13-0. So fast forward to now, week 1, Florida State, Alabama play. Florida State has that in the back of their head. The quarterback has that in the back of their head. Mainly the coach and the returning players of Florida State have that in the back of their head of people thought Alabama was a better watch than us just because of their name Alabama. And that's kind of what it was. It's like the prestige of Alabama and their name, Nick Saban, even though he wasn't coaching there no more, it's just like, of course we'll put them over Florida State because it's Alabama. But now it seems like the tide is changing. And I don't know if that was a pun or not, but roll tide, yes, I did that on purpose. The tide is changing, and you saw it with, I think it was the 37. I don't have any numbers or stats next to me, but just from watching the game, I think it was like 37-14, Florida State. That quarterback for Florida State was running all through them. He made some great passes as well. That Florida State defense also played well. So this notion that Alabama is feared is non-existent. It's non-existent, and this might be a hot take, maybe not, but I'm picking Florida State after that one performance. I'm picking them to win the SEC or S. Yes, I believe that's what it's called. I get it mixed up sometimes, but I think they're gonna win their division. I think they are, because I looked at that team, I looked at that quarterback, and that's the blueprint nowadays. You can sit up here and say certain players like Cam Newton or Mike Vick or whoever you want to say as far as college created that blueprint of the running quarterback. The mobile, athletic running quarterback is probably going to get you more wins than a regular traditional in the pocket quarterback. Now, I'm not saying that's for everybody, like players like a Joe Burrow or who else, pocket, or a Peyton Manning, or you get what I'm saying? Just a pocket passer. It's nothing against them, but just nowadays that seems to be the blueprint. Athletic, physical, running quarterback that can also throw the ball, but can run it when he needs to. And that's what Florida State has. And Alabama is going to be in trouble this season. We used to Alabama losing no games. They might lose 4 or 5 this season. Maybe more. I don't know. But they not the Alabama that they used to be. Going on to the next game, I'm going to save Texas for last. Miami versus Notre Dame, another great game. Notre Dame definitely fought back at the end, but Miami, defensively and offensively, and the offensive line for Miami did well, and so did the defensive line. The defensive line got a key stop to end the game over to win the game. So when we talk about a lot of these teams, just in general, whether it's college or professionals, it starts and ends really on the line. The offensive and defensive line. Can your defensive line push the offensive line back, and can your offensive line protect your quarterback? That's what it really comes down to. Because, for an example, with Shedeur Sanders at Colorado, he didn't have a great offensive line his years there, but he still made the best of it. But they didn't win any championships. We're talking about teams that want to go the farthest that they can, which is a national championship, you have to have a great offensive and defensive line on both sides of the ball. So I think Miami has that. They surprised me a little bit. I thought they were going to take a drop because Cam Ward left, but it seemed like you could tell what teams added pieces and didn't, or got better and didn't. So not saying that Notre Dame didn't get better or not. Miami just played a better game. Less turnovers, more explosive plays, better and defensive line plays. So Miami, look out for Miami this year, man. I'm definitely going to be watching more college football, definitely based on this past weekend. Like, these games that I'm talking about and these games that I've seen, like, it makes me want to be a watcher of college football. Like, if you've never watched college football before, like, these are the games I would tell you to watch, or these are the teams I would tell you to watch if you want to get interested in college football. We're going over to the last game that I really want to talk about as far as college. Texas and Ohio State. Excuse me. Texas and Ohio State. You got Ohio State that just won the national championship last year. And for some reason, they are ranked number 3 in the nation, and Texas is ranked number 1. And I would like to, I asked myself, why is this? But I didn't need to ask myself that because I already knew the answer. That last name, that Arch Manning last name, hey, I don't care how much y'all tell me Texas was great last year. Cool. I believe you. They was decent. But for them to be put number 1 is nothing but that last name being Manning of the quarterback for their team. And he went out there and he stunk it up. Ohio State, the coaches and the players heard, y'all buttering this boy up. Y'all talking about he the next Don Dada. Y'all talking about NFL teams are tanking for this young man. And this is his first college career start. See, before I even get into the game, that's the things that I don't like. When y'all show favoritism to one thing because of like a certain situation, but don't do the same thing for another person. You got Shedeur Sanders coming out and helping turning a Colorado team, a 1-11 team, to now 9-3. 9-4 or whatever it is, a winning record, a winning season, but y'all get on him because he only getting this notoriety or all of this because who his father is. He only showed the limelight because who his father is. No, Shedeur Sanders is talented. Shedeur Sanders is accurate. Shedeur Sanders has an arm. Shedeur Sanders, as far as college football, is proven. But then you get to this Manning boy, Arch Manning, and you said, oh my gosh, he's going to be Heisman favorite. NFL teams are tanking for him. He's going to be the best thing since sliced bread. And he gets out there against the national champions who should be ranked number 1, but they're ranked number 3, and he stinks it up. I'm talking about for the first 3 quarters, he don't even have a total of over 100 yards passing. And I say first 3 quarters because, they were already losing big. He threw some passes. I guess he got in a little bit of a rhythm in the 4th quarter, but it was too late by then. So I just think that it's unfair for certain people and certain analysts and certain critics to come out and praise this young man when he's never took a a snap, a meaningful snap, until this weekend, and then now that y'all see him stink it up, I hear mute. I don't hear mute from the people that was necessarily bigging him up, because it's people that wasn't really bigging him up that's giving their opinion now. Like, I wasn't that high on him. It's just his start. But from the people that were hyping him up big, and I know who you are because I watch a lot of clips. I pay attention to a lot of things in sports because it's my job. It's my job to come on this platform and give y'all my opinion on what's going on in the world of sports and entertainment. That's what a game changer does. And me as a game changer, I just don't like that it's so quiet from y'all now. It's too quiet. It's too quiet. Y'all need to get on that man now. Not like get on him like throw shots at him like y'all did Shedeur Sanders. I'ma keep bringing up his name because these are two similar situations. And I will argue to say Shedeur was in a worse situation, but I think Arch Manning, he's going to progress. I think he's gonna come back next year. He's not going in the NFL draft. He has a lot of work to do, but I think that work is gonna get done, and I think he's gonna be a great quarterback. I don't think he's gonna be the quarterback everybody is praising him to be, but I think he's gonna be a great quarterback because he does come from that line. Now, I ask myself questions all the time, you guys. I talk to myself sometimes. So I asked the question, I'm like, well, even though that's true, he is going to get better. He does still come from a family of great quarterbacks. So why did he perform so poorly when his uncles are Eli and Peyton Manning? I was just confused for a second. Like, I'm pretty sure he trained with them. I'm pretty sure he got all type of notes and tips and different training, like all type of stuff from his uncles. So I just asked myself that question, like, why did he play this bad? Like, it was bad. It was bad. But to get on the Ohio State side, I mean, what would you expect? I mean, they're reigning national championships. That's a great football team, great on both sides of the ball. I would have to see more games to see what their weaknesses were because I didn't really see too many against this Texas team. But as the season goes, like I said, I'm gonna be watching more college football. I'm gonna be watching Ohio State every week, unless they just play a bum team. Like, I don't watch, I watch marquee games. I'm not so into college football when I'm watching the bum games and where great teams are playing bum teams, or it's a bum on bum, like bum on bum. Bum on bum sound crazy, folks. Bum on bum, that's crazy. No, but I'm not watching those games. But all the other marquee games that are happening in college football, I'm definitely tuning in. Y'all should definitely tune in too. College football is back. Football is back. Also, I'm gonna keep it football. I'm gonna stay on college football real quick because Colorado did lose to Georgia Tech, but it was a it was a close game. It's just Colorado made too many mistakes. Clock management, the offensive plays that they were running. Like, the offensive coordinator, I thought he was a good coordinator, but a lot of people online, like, I be on Twitter heavy, so I listen to fans and I listen to, I wouldn't say credible people, but other people that watch the games also, and they say that Shedeur Sanders was so good they made the offensive coach or coordinator look great last year, and they're saying the offensive coordinator for Colorado is really trash. But he's been a offensive coordinator in the NFL for more than 10 years, so I'm confused on how he is or how he is calling some of the plays that he was calling for Salter, the quarterback for Colorado, because it was a lot of screens. They ran the ball well, but they didn't throw the ball down the field enough for me. And that's where I start thinking about their rookie quarterback that they just picked up. I think he was the number one quarterback prospect in his class last year. So I hope he gets some playing time because I feel like he's more of a downfield pocket passer. And Salter can do that, but he's more of a dual threat. Back to my dual threat quarterback, point that most teams are looking for that. But it was some cases, even Salter, he could have ran and he didn't. It was just mistake after mistake after mistake. Like Colorado could have easily beat Georgia Tech, but they made too many mistakes, and they also let Georgia Tech quarterback run for over 150 yards by himself. That's one thing about Colorado that they have not really been good at all during Deion Sanders' tenure is containing the running quarterback. So like the little read options, like they're horrible at reading those, or they're horrible at scheming against running quarterbacks. So Colorado needs to get better at those things. But other than that, I think Colorado would just be fine. Like they look like a decent team. Like yeah, they look like a good team. But stand on football, Micah Parsons getting traded to the Green Bay Packers from the Dallas Cowboys. That has been news. Everybody knows about it. But I just want to talk about it from a Bears perspective because it is a big trade. And it may seem like a lot. It may seem like it put the Green Bay Packers over the hump to be the number one team in our conference. But I don't think they're going to be. And I really just have to see their team because I seen a picture of the Green Bay Packers offensive weapons and also the Chicago Bears offensive weapons. It's nobody on the Green Bay Packers that are individually better than the weapons that we have. Maybe their tight end, but even our tight end Loveland, like he's a rookie. He's been playing well during the preseason. I expect a lot of great things from him. So as far as offensively, I don't think they can really mess with us. And the Green Bay Packers defense, they just added Micah Parsons, so it makes it a little bit better. But I don't want anybody to jump to conclusions just because they got one of the best pass rushers in the league. Green Bay still might be third or fourth. I'm not putting them over the Bears, and I'm not putting them over the Lions. I'm not. And I know I sound a little biased because I'm a Bears fan, but I'm not doing that. I'm not, especially with our new coach we got, especially how Caleb Williams has progressed and how he will continue to progress. I think by the end of the season, we will say that Caleb Williams is a better quarterback than Jordan Love. Hot take alert. Hot take. Look. I think that's true. I think it's going to be true because, like, if we our schedule is a little difficult, but if we beat the teams that we're supposed to, and we also beat the teams that other people don't think we could beat, it's going to be a lot of conversation around Chicago and how great this team is. And then you're going to see the Green Bay Packers in third or fourth. Because I don't think they definitely not higher than the Lions. They're going to be dogfighting it with the Vikings. So, I mean, Michael Parsons, cool. But, the Bears play them, I think, week 11. We can scheme against that. That's all people got to do is scheme against that. And then what? I'm not saying you could fully stop them, but you could definitely scheme against that, like for real. So, I'm not too worried about it. And I don't think a lot of teams are too worried about this. So, It is what it is. The Cowboys got worse. I think they might be tanking. They might be tanking for Arch Manning. No, knowing Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is crazy. Jerry Jones is crazy. Ever since that picture, cause like older people know about Jerry Jones and how he's been as the Cowboys GM or whatever. But I'm 27 years old. Didn't really pay attention to GMs and all of this. Let's say 8-9 years ago, almost 10 years ago. Like when I was 2021, I wasn't really paying attention to stuff like that. But now I am. Ever since that old picture of Jerry Jones yelling at that one girl back in the racist times where segregation was going on, y'all remember the picture. I'm like, oh, so he come from this. He come from boy, sit down, shut up, and play football, or get off my team, boy. Or shoot, I ain't gotta whip you with no whip. I just don't have to pay you. And I could talk bad about you if I want. I'm a billionaire. This my team. When the last time? Look. I seen something on TikTok. They said the Cowboys ain't won a Super Bowl. How did it go? The Cowboys ain't won a Super Bowls. I'm messing it up, but basically saying flat screen TVs wasn't even out when the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. So it's like, what are we talking about here? Like Jerry Jones, we know he gonna be him. I'm not really paying attention. I don't really care for the man. I don't care what he says. I care about how he treats his African American players. I don't want to take it that way. But like I said, ever since I seen that picture come out, oh, I was just a kid. I learned it don't seem like it, just from your antics and how you're treating your players. You sit up here and said that, oh, I sat down with Micah Parsons and we talked about a number. You can't sit down with a player. It's actually illegal. If you go look this up, it's illegal for you to sit down with a player and try to get some numbers done and sign something without a lawyer being present. That's why NFL players is so important for you to know about, like, financial literacy and finance when it comes to you signing these contracts with these teams, because like, I always go back to this Kanye quote. He said in one of his songs, he was like, shoot, this ain't a grave ship, this a slave ship. So you feel me? Like a grave ship is working long hours at night, all night long. This ain't that. This is a slave ship. Some of them white owners in the NFL treat them teams like that. Or allegedly. Let me just say allegedly. I'm not putting nothing on nobody, but it just seems to be that way. I.e. Jerry Jones. And that's just my opinion. So the Cowboys got worse. Jerry Jones, he don't really care about winning, in my opinion. So the Cowboys will suck for years to come. They might not ever win another Super Bowl again. And if they do, it won't be with Jerry Jones as the GM. And that's just what I think. Jerry is crazy. But switching to some music, and I want to touch on this real quick. And I don't know all the details, but I'm just going off of what I've seen on the internet and everything just coming to a head. So we got Young Thug, we got Gunna, we got Little Baby, we got 21 Savage. Basically the whole Atlanta. We got QC going through this thing about snitching. So we all know that Young Thug just not be the case, but basically he took a plea deal and he got probation for a certain amount of years. Now he's out of jail, but Gunna got out of jail before him. But Gunna said, so They call Gunna a snitch for basically agreeing that YSL is a gang. He didn't say any names. He didn't do anything like that. They just asked him, "Hey, do you think YSL is a gang?" And he said yes. So they call him a snitch. But now there are recordings out that Young Thug is also snitching. And I don't know the contents of that, but Atlanta seems to be upside down because of it. And I don't really want to focus on that because I don't know them dudes. And I'm not really into street culture like that. But as far as like being from Chicago and just knowing surface level things about the streets, in my opinion, I think we should ex-nay the streets. Okay? Now, when I say ex-nay or get rid of these codes, we need to revamp the streets. Actually, we just need to get rid of whatever's going on right now. Trash that. Trash the talking about killings on songs. Trash the killing innocent kids and women and anybody. Trash the just shooting up parties. Trash street life in general. Trash it. Come back together and rethink as a community. How can we turn this into something positive? Like, and it's mainly black people. Like, let's just talk. All my black people, look at me. Let's talk for a second. Excuse me. Let's talk for a second. If we actually put the time and effort that we do into doing drills, doing drive-bys, like pulling up on people, selling drugs, you get what I'm saying? If we take all of that energy out and put that energy into community, making money, building foundations, building our future, preparing our future for the actual future, instead of all these other things that are negative. You got Donald Trump out here saying that Chicago is the most dangerous, even though we not, even though crime has been down, even though we not even on the top 10 worst cities in the United States. He's still talking trash, but and it's not our fault. When I say this, I'm not saying it's our fault, but that's because of our history in Chicago. Like, niggas is afraid to come to Chicago. Like, I've had people ask me, I went to school in Michigan. I've had people ask me, yo, how's it in Chicago? Like, is it crazy like they say they is? Like, you know, I'm a little scared. Like, they're just asking me all type of questions. I'm like, bro, like, if you go downtown, you cool. Just like any city. If you go to the main populated areas where it's sightseeing, where it's monuments, where it's tall skyscrapers, i.e. Chicago, then you good. But if in any other city, if you go to certain places that are the trenches, that are the hood, something could happen to you, especially if you are out of towner. So I just think black people, we need to come together, bro. We need to come together and do better. We need to come together and actually like want change. And like, I don't want to specifically talk to a certain age group. I don't want to sit here and say, hey, older people help younger people. Hey, young people, stop doing what you're doing. I want everybody to come together and help each other. Whether you young, old, black, white, Hispanic, whatever. But I'm mainly talking to our black people because we are the one being targeted, and we don't like, I want y'all to know we being targeted. Like, of course we targeting ourselves. We doing all type of shiesty stuff out here, but that's what they want us to do. They want us to be, and they is subjective. I'm not finna get into they. You know who they is. But they want us to kill each other. But also behind the scenes, they're also setting plays up for them to kill us also. So it's really a lose-lose situation when we get into this. Going back to the Young Thug Gunna situation, why are we talking about snitching? Why are we talking about telling? Why, like, if there's a specific gang. Let's say if you just want to gangbang and this what you want to do, and you a part of what the GDs, BDs, whatever. You a part of a gang. Let's keep whatever's happening in that gang in there. Whoever's the leader of that should be like, okay, these are our set of rules. I'm tired of people coming out on the internet because that's where a lot of this is getting exposed on the internet. People coming out and say, oh, the street code said you can't snitch. Like, what street code? Let's get rid of that street code. You can't speak for the whole streets of the United States of America. Different streets are different. So you coming out and saying he a snitch. He did that. Oh, I ain't cool with him. Y'all sound like children. Y'all sound like children. If y'all put some of these efforts that y'all are putting into these social media posts, these songs where y'all talking about killing and popping pills, and I shot his mama house up, I did this, whatever. If y'all put that back into y'all communities, do you know how powerful we will be as a community? Now a whole city is upside down because some rap niggas said so-and-so snitched on one another. Y'all sound like children. And y'all sound stupid. It sounds stupid. I'm tired of it, bro. I'm tired of it. Let's get some money. Let me talk on the surface level real quick. Let's just talk. Let's just stay on the money real quick. Who in here wants to make money? Who in here wants to make a lot of money? Okay, how do you go about doing that? Well, TJ, the easy way would be sell drugs. No. How else can we make money together? We can start businesses together. We can educate each other on the stock market. We can educate each other on real estate. Okay? It's so many things we could do together as black people in the community to make money, but y'all want to talk about snitching on each other. And who killed who? How many bodies you got on your gun? Yo, let's get rich. Let's get rid. And I'm just staying on this point. It's not all about money, in my opinion. But I just want to talk to my black people just one-on-one right now. Because, like, a lot of people think about money and how to get rich. So let's stay on that topic. How do we get rich without killing people? Without putting people down? Without lying on people? Without being shiesty to one another? Like, come on, bro. Come on. Like it's stupid. Going back, what's the phrase I said earlier? Bum on bum. It's just a bunch of bums on bums talking about bum stuff. Y'all are bums talking about bum things. Come on, bro. I'm tired of this. I'm tired. I don't care about Young Thug or Gunna or none of them. They music cool sometimes. I listen to most of their music. But, like, come on, man. We could do better. We could do better, bro. We can. And you know, a lot of y'all probably come out and say it's hard to do better. Everything is hard. I'm going through some stuff right now and it's hard. But guess what? As a game changer, I'm gonna push through. Gunna, are you a game changer? Young Thug, are you a game changer? You're not a game changer if you coming on these platforms. Oh, you a snitch. You snitched on me. Y'all don't sound like game changers. Let me not get into name calling because that's another thing, a part of our community that we be against each other with, just calling each other names. Let me not do that. Y'all are not game changers. Let's be more game changing. Let's change the game with different things, with positivity, with love, with community, with family. Let's do that. So I don't really care about this. I only talked about this because it is in that realm of entertainment. But after this, I'm not. If y'all ain't talking about changing the game, then I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. Because I see what my community in Chicago go through. And like I said, it's getting better, but, you know, we still going through some things. Donald Trump, don't bring that National Guard over here. And I know you going to try to do it, but you ain't going to send him in the real places. I'm not saying I want him to send him in those places, but you going to put him on in the city somewhere, downtown, where it's all, like, it's literally a trend on TikTok of Trump. It's like his sound saying negative things about Chicago, but as his sound is saying this, it's literally a beautiful video showing great things going on in the city. Like, Chicago is the last place, or one of the last places he should send the National Guard. But, this ain't a political show. I ain't finna get into that. But that's all I really have for y'all today. I appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Subscribe, like my videos, like my shorts. Please support me, man. I appreciate all the support, and I love y'all. One of the most important things in this world is to help others, y'all. Because a little bit of inspiration, just a little bit, it can go a long way, man. Mr. Game Changer, signing out.